Good afternoon and welcome to my daily Facebook Live. My name is Barry Selby. This is my daily Facebook broadcast under the heading of Messages from the Masculine. And today I want to go into a deeper topic that might inspire and it might upset you. So I'll get to that in a second. Brief introduction about my title, what I'm about, so you know what that is. I am a passionate champion of the Divine Feminine, a best-selling author, speaker and relationship attraction expert, and I help strong, successful women find balance in love, life and business. And today's topic, and this is number 146 in an ongoing series of talks about love and relationships, is about your history. Ooh, your history. Meaning that for many people in the world, and not you of course, but for other people in the world, they carry a big chip on their shoulder because of the history they went through. In fact, they are painting every experience of their life with the paint of the history, with the brush of the history. Something I'm trying to come up with an analogy. It didn't work too well. but the thing I'm trying to say is, because I did the same thing, is that they choose to decorate their life with what happened before. And they live in this perpetual hamster wheel in a way because they're recycling the same old patterns. Now, how this relates to relationships, because you may be asking, how does this relate to relationships? It's very simple. What happened to you when you were younger will affect, impact, and control the choice you make in adult relationships if you don't change it. Meaning in particular, and I'm talking about this because I just spoke to a client earlier, a new client, whose paradigm she grew up with was that her father was never around, or at least rarely around. In fact, he would disappear and be gone, and then would come back a few years later, and disappear and be gone, and come back a few years later. And it would outpicture, to use that term, in her adult life too. So what she had basically grown up with was an experience where the men in her life would leave. That was the programming she took on at 3 years old, 4 years old, and 6 years old. I don't know the exact numbers, I'm guessing it in a way, but that's the experience she had. So she was carrying around this belief that men leave. Her husband died on her. Her husband basically left her the most abrupt and permanent way. It was totally a surprise, it wasn't planned. It was devastating to her. And we had to talk about it a bit, but I really clearly saw that the line of logic, not line of logic, but the line of programming was so clearly delineated from here to there that losing her husband was a direct outcome of the program she had. Not that let me be clear, there's no way she caused this, but somehow her subconscious mind drew her to a man who was going to be leaving the planet. You think, think about that for a second. The programming you carry from when you were young is so powerful, running subconsciously, by the way, not in your awareness, but running subconsciously, that it will cause and control events that are beyond your control, beyond your understanding, beyond your conscious belief, to deliver the results that you have programmed yourself to get. So in her case, being raised with a paradigm that men leave her, her husband left her permanently. Think about that for a second. This is not something I'm playing with lightly. This is big stuff, because I want to say to you, yes, you watching this video, I pretty much can guarantee, I would say 99.9% guarantee, that your particular relationship choices, that's the area I'm speaking about particularly, but it's in other areas too, but your relationship choices are massively influenced by what happened when you were 5 or 6 years old. And if you didn't know that and didn't do something about it, it's still happening. So if your childhood, or let me back it the other way, if your adult relationships haven't been working out the way you wanted, if they've been sucking badly, if your partnerships have been repeating themselves with different faces, different people, but the same results, I can guarantee you, as I said, 99.9%, that something in your childhood is causing that. Yes. So what I was saying was, what happened in your past, you're not responsible for what happened in the past. You're not to blame for it. You're not at fault. But what you do with what happens now is in your control. And you have nobody to blame except yourself. So what I said at the beginning about people painting their present life with their old paintbrush, stop doing that if you are. It's like, stop it, to quote, you never come back to me. Newman. I did it again. There's a video on YouTube from the Newman Show from back in the 60s that was called 5 Minute Therapy. And I forgot the guy's name. I don't know why I forgot this. He's a classic comedian, and his first name just escaped me. But basically, he does this thing where it's 5 Minute Therapy. And it's simplistic, it's blunt, it's very funny, and it's not really how it works, but it makes a point. And when I was just saying stop it, that reminded me of that video. So if you want to go look on YouTube at that video, go find it. It's funny and it's ridiculous, but in some ways it's what therapy can be like. Getting back on topic, to bring it back to this present moment. So, as I said, many people out there, perhaps not you, are painting your present relationship experience with a paintbrush that you picked up when you're 5 years old. I hope that metaphor works. And it means that you're basically carrying a loaded gun of programming that is still running in your life. You're still choosing your adult relationships based on the programming you took on when you were 5 years old, or thereabouts. I mean, it's actually from 0 to 7. They've been proving in research that our mind is being run by a 5-year-old. That may be shocking to some of you. It may be scary to other people. For some people, it might be like, oh my God, what's going to happen? It's like giving your car keys to a 5-year-old. Not recommended. And it means your relationship choices are about as threatened by that as if you gave your keys to a 5-year-old. Think about that for a second. Consider for yourself that perhaps the relationship you should be choosing as an adult, which if you look back on with 20/20 hindsight, may look very clearly like the same different experience with different faces in front of you. And not only that, but if you're willing to look back with clear eyes at your childhood, without emotional cloudiness, but with clear and compassionate viewpoint, I would say that you're going to see, when you were younger point of age, you made some decisions about love and relationships based upon the way you were raised. So your perception of your parents and how they loved each other, how they loved you, or how they didn't do that, will impact and overlay your adult choices of love and relationships. Doesn't matter if you go on Tinder, Match.com, any of these websites, it will guarantee that the result you will get will match what you had when you were a kid. Fun, isn't it? No, it's not. And I'm being sarcastic because I want to get your attention. Because for many people out there who go on the dating sites and dating apps and go to matchmakers, don't take into account the fact that whatever that person delivers to you will be a reflection of what you actually were raised with. Doesn't matter what is in your vision board. And I help people create vision boards, so I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But if you don't do the inner work, the true healing work, in a way, you're going to be caught in this trap. And I don't recommend you do that. Part of my coaching isn't just coaching in the direction where you want to go. It's compassionate healing and helping you heal what's in the past. So again, as I said, what happened in the past wasn't your fault. Stop using it to beat yourself up. You deserve a better choice. If your history of your childhood especially sucked, do not think that you're required to do the same thing as an adult, because you're not. You have freedom of will. You have free will and freedom of choice if you choose. So this broadcast isn't necessarily a full cycle completion, but I want to make sure you get the understanding of this. This can change your life. So thank you, Carmen. I appreciate that. So part of my work with my clients is, yes, helping them get a vision, intention of where they want to go and get clear in their love life. But also part of that is a reminder that that will not happen until the past is cleaned up. If you want help with that, reach out to me. I want to make sure you get the understanding of this, because if you're wondering why your love life isn't working out, I can pretty much guarantee where to look first. It isn't the choices you're making necessarily. Well, it is the choice you're making, but not by your conscious mind. It's your subconscious mind that's making the choices, and that's the trap you're falling into. So, if you're stuck, reach out for help. You can go online, find programs, find books, or you can talk to this guy here. He knows a few things. So that's really wanted to just impart and drop into your lap, because that was came up in a conversation with my client earlier today. I want to share it with you as a teaching that maybe you can take into your life. Be clear that it won't heal itself. You have to take some conscious action. I know, I've been there myself, and I help my clients with it. So I'm not speaking from a theory, I'm speaking from experience. So that's it. I was looking for something else, but it wasn't coming through. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't watched my previous broadcasts, they live on my Facebook business page, on YouTube, and also my website. I've got 140 5 plus this one's 146 available for your viewing, education, and enjoyment. So with that, I invite you to take care of yourselves. If you want to make sure you're notified when doing my next broadcast, make sure you tap on the notify when live. There's a button somewhere around this video on Facebook that will let you know when I can go live next time, and you can watch it. If you have any questions, comments after you watch this and you want to put them in the comments below, I'll respond. And if you want help, please message me directly. And that, my friends, is that. A reminder, as always, please take care of yourselves because you deserve the best. I'll be back in tomorrow with number 147. All right. Questions? Post below. Broadcasting on YouTube. Yeah, I'm really sure I just covered everything. I think that's it. Take care of yourselves, please, because you deserve the best. And I'll see you again tomorrow.